Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Pickles. Thank you for joining me today. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. In today's episode, Theme Park Tycoon, we begin designing. Some major changes since the last episode. Ginormous changes. Huge changes. I got a new computer. And now these streams are actually enjoyable to watch. What? What is this madness? I know, content that's actually enjoyable. I'm just as stumped as you guys are. Look at that view. If you have a high definition computer, it might be hard to see on your phone, but man oh man, it is nice. It is a laptop. It is the Acer Nitro 5. It has a GTX 3050. Really nice computer. I will leave the link of this new computer in the description if you want to get it for yourself. I got it from BJ's and it came with headphones and a mouse. It's actually the mouse I still use. I love this mouse. Other than the fact that it kind of broke, but I put it back together. But it's still, I really like that mouse. We end up adding up some walls. We put in the final area for the monorail, and then I decided to add something here because we have this nice open space, but nothing in it. I also keep making an awesome jump that I don't think we can see and because of the speed, but dang, I keep hitting this jump every time and I don't miss. It's actually amazing. I'm just the best at parkour in Roblox. I can do all the parkour. I come up with this idea for a flying solar system. I thought that would be cool. And before you turn these lights down, they look so blinding. And then once you turn them down, there are these cool floating orbs that you can actually change the color. And oh my gosh, this computer looks so good. The content that can actually be enjoyable is just such a foreign concept. Like, having a computer that actually works is just so much better than having a computer that, well, doesn't work. I'd add different shaped planets, turn everything down. I want to make each one a different color. If I could mix colors, I would. And I would have done different colors. The bigger one's supposed to be Jupiter, green one's Earth. But didn't really work out to what I was hoping. I wanted to get like a rope or something holding these up. But they will float in the air. We'll just pretend that there's a really big invisible rope. The chain didn't work. It's just a little too small. I'm not sure what I did there. So now we're going to slow down the monorail. So as soon as it exits the station, it actually goes much slower. It can look at all these pieces and nice and slowly, and then we can send it off down the track. I started messing around with these sign pieces. I really love the way they look. They look like really modern. So even when it doesn't have words on it, I think it looks kind of like a monorail. And I really like how that looks. So, for the time being, we're going to keep that. Add some walls here, just to enclose the thing. We're finishing off the monorail. The time has come. I fail on painting this wall probably about 3 or 4 times, which I honestly should just edit this out the video. If you're even seeing this, then I left it in because I'm lazy. But yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it in for the giggles. Change the light to this blue, and I'm like, even for me. I don't know if I keep it blue. Oh, I do. I add a back wall because I didn't want the lights to go through to the other side. Because, I mean, these are some pretty significant lights. Like, these are just lights. I don't like the blue spotlights. I don't actually know if I changed that. Do I change that? Might not. Anyways. Finish adding in this room. Get all this filled in. Paint those walls. I'm going to get a ceiling in soon. Because that's obviously the next step. Start testing some of the track segments. Make sure that they're all 25 speed. Notice the train goes nice and slow. They're only 2 long, but I think that's completely fine. We'll never have more than that, people. Whenever a car gets full, it can send the next one. So that's really exciting. That works out really well. At least trying to figure out something to put in this corner. I really wanted it to float with 2 pillars on each side. So like I wanted it to look normal-ish. Possibly. I don't know. I ended up not being able to find what I want, so I just put concrete underneath it. I also had a spotlight, and I add some triggers for a spotlight that will also be neon green, and it'll be the same time and length as the 2 light pieces. I am noticing that 1 light piece is in the wall. I don't know if you can see it, but the one on the right is in the wall. So, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a sign under the sign, but it would not work. And there was no way to hold it up, so I had to do concrete. It was just the easiest thing to do, so we'll do that. Add some cool futuristic text. I end up messing around. The black sign, you can't even see it. Who thought that was going to be a good idea? I think I end up leaving it white. I was going to say, I think I end up eating it. What? End up eating it? What? I think I end up leaving it blue, and then I quickly corrected myself. This looks so good at night.
Nice.
Like in the dark with this new computer. I would recommend if you can watch this video on a PC or laptop, because it looks just the high definition. We're also at 60 frames per second, so if you are all about that high frame rate, hopefully this will help you. I start messing around with the train speed. Big mistake. I also looked, I was like, can you even bank this train? No, you cannot. Banking is not allowed. I will soon come to a realization that you cannot place walls here. I would love to see the look on my face when I come to the realization that I'm going to have to move all these train pieces. I decide to add something new over here. This is going to be a backstage area. The idea is that we would get it's going to be like a loading dock or truck shipments or something of that nature. So we're going to have a parking lot that may or may not stay. Not sure. We'll come back to this in a later episode. I have this raised up section where we can have these trucks pulled in. I love that their headlights always stay on. That's pretty cool. Wish I could change it. That would be a cool feature. If maybe you can add triggers. That would be cool for the pickup trucks headlights. I add these rock pieces and try to add in a parking lot. Again, I don't like how it comes out. Every parking lot I've seen on this game, they've had disabled collision. If you don't know what disabled collision means, it means you can basically put blocks through each other. Because of disabled collision, you can do a lot more things than I can normally do without disabled collision. So I really struggled to find a piece that I can use for the white parking lot that's not raised super high. Ended up just popping in some cars, redoing the parking lot a bit. I changed quite a bit of the parking lot a couple times. I honestly don't even know what I was going for. And then the trim would get caught in between the pieces and would be unable to place. Like, oh my gosh. And the only thing I could think of was neon lights. So I thought, what if I put neon lights but turn them off? Would that work? It didn't work. It didn't work. This was an annoying project. Speaking of annoying projects, I decided to dig a hole to bedrock. That's Minecraft. I'm sorry. I need to see. I was like, how deep is this? How far down is this? It's like 4 meters. It's 4 meters left. So it's 4 meters left. So I have to get this down to 4 meters. And the problem is that these stair pieces are incredibly difficult to use. So I don't. I do some zigzag pattern to get down to the lower height, and then I use stairs. You can't actually have prop stairs, you need path stairs, so we will put path stairs. Turn off the curbs. Man, I'm tired. Filming this early in the morning. Or early for me. Try to add some parking lights. Wasn't a big fan. I actually ended up getting something that I kind of like, and we'll end up leaving it for the time being. Not really sure why I have a window out, but you know, whatever makes you happy. Add these poles. Keep them gray. Nope, keep them black. Same difference. Not really, but I'm on the corner, so I have the mountain, so it looks kind of cool. Being up against the mountain. Oh, I can't stop yawning. At a temporary train station, I just want to see. I wanted to see if the smoke would come through the floor. It does, but barely, and so I don't think anyone would actually notice. I keep calling the train back. No one notices it through the wall. That's all I wanted to know. Commentary is hard. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm trying to attempt. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I filmed these episodes in advance, so a lot of the time I'm like, what are you doing? When I get back to the recording. And I also film them a long time in advance before I actually do audio, so it's very easy to forget what I get done. Made the trash cans green. Thought, what if one was... Then I remember that recycling exists, and now I would love to see the look on my face when I realize that there's no way to do this wall. So I tried, what if there was just one black wall on each side, and I was like, okay, well, that's not going to work. So you know what we do? We move the train all the way back one. And it goes into the wall. But it's okay, because we have black walls. So that's what we use. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Kind of bored recording this. How was your guys' day? Leave it in the comments. This room looks so much better with the lights. With the lights. With the new computer. We add these black walls. They really absorb light well, so that's a huge help. I ended up slowing down the train. I might change that in the... So, I want to say in episode 9, we finish this section of the park, and then by episode 10, we start the next section. So, for this section, at the end of all 5 sections are built, I'm going to come back to each one and just do some tinkering. So, or I could do it in between episodes, or during another episode when I'm fixing the train. I don't like how it gets way too slow at that portion. I look for some, what if we could add like a spaceship or something? Maybe make a spaceship out of a truck. That turns out to be a not very good idea. There's no really good way to add the primitives to make a spaceship. And then I find something that resembles a wing. So I'm like, oh, bingo, or like jackpot, like I found it. And then I couldn't build a spaceship, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that doesn't work. So I decided, all right, plan B. And I didn't have a plan B, so that was fun. I was like, plan C? Nope, still didn't have that one. So I came up with plan, plan R. And plan R is to make it, it's a pirate plane, in case you guys were wondering, it's a pirate plane, plan R. We're going to end up making that section a cave. So as you can see, this train slows down big time coming around the curve. And then right about there, I'm going to speed it back up. I think I will move it down. It gets you can see in the time lapse, it gets really slow before picking back up again. Yep. And then arriving at the station. It's cool how the train gets around all these parts of the park. Start to add something to this section. There's like a little section between rooms. Like, what can I add? And I was like, ooh. You know what would be cool? Monorail pieces. Or fake monorails. I added some cave stuff. Decided this is going to be a cave. Surprise, surprise. Add some concrete. Trying to get... Now that I know the cave lights are definitely going to shine through the wall, we ended up adding some rock pieces. For now, that rock is just floating in midair. It's a magic rock. It's a miracle rock. Should probably call an exorcist for the rock. Keep adding concrete. So much fun content right here. There's just so much fun content. I have literally never seen so much enjoyable content in my entire life. I'm bored and I'm watching and I'm rewatching. Keep in mind, I also live this, so that's also true. And you know, some of this stuff has to get done. It stinks, but it does in fact need to get done. I had a little wall build-up section right here. Decided to move it back a little. Have this nice open room. Put in some concrete. The huge. I'm like, I gotta put something in this room, maybe a prop, or I decided to go with those signs. Do you remember the signs I used? What was it, last episode on the top? No, this episode. This episode at the top. One of these episodes. What? These my pants? I'm all over the place. I added some space signs. Decide to keep this. It looks like a monorail. We're gonna do caves, but I want to do it in like a interesting text. That's what I come up with. And I do space in the same text. Have to do it all caps. Just do a little walkthrough, see how it's gonna look. I love there's actually a glare on the glass. This game is so pretty. Don't ask me about the Joker tables. Those are unimportant. I kept the blue lights? Really? Huh. Alright, well, we may or may not change that. Anyways, here is the ride POVs. You can actually see what our rides currently look like. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to head out. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I had a lot of fun making it. If you could hit the like button, that helps a lot. Helps more people see that. If you did enjoy, you could always subscribe. You don't have to. I'm not your dad. I mean, it's a free country. It's up to you. Free world. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you have an awesome day. Good outro.